This is Michael Gervais with Michelangelos Services Inc. It is February 18th, 2026. We're performing a video waste line, drain line, and sewer line inspection at 14593 Deervale Place, Sherman Oaks, California. And we're in the driveway area. We're going to set our camera at the clean out and zero out our camera monitor right at the opening so we get a good accurate reading. And we're going to begin pushing out. We're going to begin pushing out toward the street. We are in ABS plastic pipe and fittings. Looks like there's an inlet right off to the side. I don't know what that inlet is. We'll try and run through another clean out on the side and see if that, maybe from the shower area, is tying into this. I'm going to run through. The joints at this time appear to be in fair and maintainable condition. Looks like we're transitioning right here, and it looks like it may be vitreous clay. Pause for a moment. It appears that there may be a CIPP cured in place piping sewer liner in the vitreous clay. We'll take a look at the joints. Sometimes we can tell. No, doesn't look like it at that joint. We're going to continue to push out. It's very difficult to tell sometimes with buildup in there. There's just buildup in the sewer. We're going to pause for a moment. We may be at the city sewer tie-in connection. So we're going to pause for a moment. Okay, we are in the city sewer, and the lateral is vitreous clay. On the property we have ABS plastic, and then it transitions to the lateral, which is vitreous clay, and the homeowner owns the lateral, the vitreous clay lateral, from their property line to the city sewer tie-in connection, and that is their responsibility, including the saddle fitting at the tie-in connection to the city sewer. And this is the saddle fitting right here. And we're going to pull back. That saddle fitting appears to be in fair and maintainable condition. Got a little bit of buildup in the line, but nothing terrible. And most of that will wash through when you do heavy loads of laundry, showers. And now we transition right here, I believe. We transition coming up, I believe, back to ABS plastic. Yeah, that's our ABS plastic transition. And now we're coming back onto the property. This is all the ABS plastic coming back toward our mainline sewer clean out. And there's a tie-in right after we drop in right there. Now we're going to pull our camera out, and then we're going to put it down the other clean out that is going back toward the house. There's two clean outs in the driveway, two 3-inch clean outs. Going to drop our camera in. Got some cobwebs in here. We have debris in the line too. We have debris in the line. Having a hard time getting in the clean out. Okay. We have debris right here. I don't know why we have so much debris right there. It almost looks like maybe an area drain line or something is tied into this sewer because of the fact that we have a lot of leaves and debris of that type in the sewer line. I'm going to try and push back in. Very difficult to try and push into this. I don't know that it has the proper sweep to go back toward the house. Okay, we're back in the line. Fold it over here. Difficult to get it to go back up toward the house. We're going to keep playing with the line. Okay, we're back in going up toward the house now. We're going to run slowly and take a look at the line. Can't tell exactly what the line is. It appears to be cast iron from what we can see. Does not have much buildup in there for a cast iron line. It's a little bit rough. That's very normal for cast iron. It appears that it may have been cleaned because generally cast iron of this age would be a lot rougher and have a lot more buildup. But we're going to continue to run up the line and take a look. We're looking for holes. We're looking for holes in the line, offsets or problems in the line. There's a fitting. Tie-in fitting right there, I believe. We're going to keep going in. Now we have section of ABS plastic, more than likely probably from a remodel, and it's kind of flat right in this area. We're holding a little bit of water. It's not a ton of water, and hopefully that will not pose an issue. More than likely it will not. Then we transition back to cast iron. So far, all of the cast iron appears to be intact. We're going toward the back of the house, trying to run back as far as we can. Like I said, we don't see any holes in the line, major issues whatsoever. Did have a little bit of a belly in the line earlier, but not terrible. It's a very small belly, and that shouldn't pose an issue. A little bit of debris built up here. Push past it. Pushing the debris. And we transition to ABS plastic. Now we're heading straight into a clean out. If you push in, I believe you're going to hit the plug. Just try and keep pushing back in, see if we can do anything. We may not be able to get past this point. Very difficult because there's a Y transition with an offset. So we're going to locate this area real quick. We're going to pause for a moment and locate this area. Okay, just checking. Sure. Okay, we are all the way at the back of the house. I believe in the master bedroom, master bathroom area. And this is right underneath the lavatory area. So we're going to begin pulling back now. A little bit of debris which was flushed. Got some paper and such. The cast iron, as I said, looks to be fairly clean. It may have been scrubbed and cleaned. Because generally, older cast iron under a slab will not be this clean. With the cast iron being this clean, we don't see any holes or any other issues. Should not have a problem anytime soon. But cast iron does deteriorate and rot out. A lot of times it's best in an older cast iron line like this to have it scrubbed, hydrojetted, and then have it epoxied so that it will last much longer. So we have a little bit of a dip right there, a little bit of a belly, but nothing terrible. And our transition, we have ABS plastic from a remodel and then transitioning back to cast iron again. We're coming back toward our clean out. The closest clean out to the garage door is the one that heads toward the back of the house that we're in now. The other clean out that is next to it, which is the furthest away from the garage door going toward the street, runs out toward the street, runs out toward the city sewer. Pause for a moment. And we're coming back to the clean out. Like I said, we got some debris right here. I cannot tell if we have some root intrusion down at the bottom of this. We're going to try and pull back a little bit. And it does look like there might be a root intrusion down at the bottom of the joint. We're going to try and push in again slowly and try and see if all this moves, but it does look like there's a root intrusion right there, and maybe an offset in the joint. It's kind of hard to tell because of what you see. We might be seeing the underneath the pipe, and that is what it does appear to be. So we've got an offset. I can see it now. I can see the bottom of the pipe, and that shifted right there. Right now, coming from the house, at least it's dropping down into the sewer, and it's not the opposite way, but it is shifted quite a bit. That's about 1.5 inches to 1.75 inches offset, which is not good. This will probably end up having to be saw cut and straightened out. It's going to have to be realigned. So we're going to pull out of our clean out. Now we're going to move to the left-hand side of the house as you're facing the house from the street. We're going to try and run through a 2-inch ABS plastic clean out that has a dollar plug, a red dollar plug in it. So we're going to pause for a moment and move our equipment. Okay, we are on the left-hand side of the garage. It's like we're right outside a child's playroom. We are on the left-hand side of the house as you're facing the house from the street. There is a 2-inch ABS plastic drain line. Oh, it wasn't on. Okay, we are in a 2-inch ABS plastic drain line that is on the left-hand side of the house as you're facing the house from the street. We're right outside a child's playroom, and we're going to begin pushing out now and taking a look at this line. We're going to trace this line after and see where it goes, which way it's leading. A little debris in the line. I'll pause for a moment. It appears that this 2-inch line increases to a 3-inch line. And I believe we're pushing out toward the front of the house. There's a fitting. Has some cobwebs in it. And now we transition to cast iron. We're going to try and locate this area. Very difficult to try and push through. We're going to locate this area. Okay, we were able to push all the way out in front. We ran some water to try and help us get out there. Now we're going to begin pulling back to our clean out. And we transition right there. That's our tie-in that we saw from the main line. And we're going to keep pulling back toward our clean out, and we'll have another transition, I believe. Probably another combination Y fitting or or just a Y. We're pulling back now, coming back toward our clean out. We are in the same cast iron line that we saw in the garage area. There's an inlet. We just passed the inlet where we had some water coming in. Another fitting, another transition fitting. Pulling back toward our clean out. This is all ABS plastic here. All appears to be in fair and maintainable condition. Fair and maintainable is as good as it gets unless it's brand new and never been used. So it's pretty decent. Pulling back and pulling up and out of our 2-inch ABS plastic clean out. Now we'll conclude our drain line, waste line, and sewer line inspection. We're going to pause for a moment and take a look around again. Okay, we're out in front of the house by the front entrance way, and there's another 4-inch ABS plastic clean out. We had water running through there, and I know that the powder room bathroom ties into this. We're just going to trace this and see where it goes. And it is a two-way clean out. We transition immediately to vitreous clay. And then we transition, looks to be ABS plastic. And I believe we are now in the sewer. We're going to just go check this real quick. I'm going to pause for a moment. Okay, we located this area and we are right next to the clean out in the garage, or coming from the garage area and going straight out in front of the garage. So it makes a turn right there and is going out toward the city sewer. So all of this appears to be in fair and maintainable condition at this time. So we're going to pull back. The ABS plastic, as I said, look to be in fair and maintainable condition. Now we'll check the vitreous clay again on the way out. Joints appear to be in fair and maintainable condition. Now we're coming back toward our clean out. Got a little offset at the bottom. It can hold some water back and catch a little bit of debris, but not terrible. Should not pose an issue. And we're going to try and go back up now. There we've got a major offset. Major offset going back in toward the house. We are in cast iron pipe and fittings now, running back toward the powder room, bathroom. And that's going right up to where the toilet is, where you see the end. So we're going to mark this area. We're going to pull it back out and mark this major offset, and we're going to put a flag out here. That area does need to be excavated and repaired because it is a major offset, and that will pose problems. Right there. So we're going to pause for a moment and locate this area. Okay, we've located this area and marked it with an orange flag, and there's a major offset that needs to be excavated and repaired because that will cause a problem. Pulling our camera back, up and out of our clean out. Now we'll conclude our drain line, waste line, and sewer line inspection. Thank you.